Hey, good morning, everybody. Something happened to me yesterday, and if you have ever had Geico insurance, you may want to be aware of this. So, if you're missing a couple $100 every month, go check your account. It's probably Geico. So, I had Geico for probably the last 5 years, since around 2017. I changed insurance companies back in 2017. And wasn't happy with them, but you know, it's insurance and nobody likes changing insurance once you have it. So every year I'd say, hey, can you lower my policy a little bit? I'm living in Florida, in my 50s. I don't have any accidents. I don't have any I've had accidents. My fault. I had 2 that were completely not my fault. But I haven't had a speeding ticket or anything since like the 1980s, so I have a pretty good driving record. I've been to driving schools and all kinds of stuff, and I even had gotten rid of my Corvette, so I'm driving a Nissan 4x4. And every year they found some reason to increase my rates. So finally I started calling around, because I'm like, I just can't. I was paying $265 a month full coverage for my truck. So here's the thing. I paid less than that in 2017 for full coverage on a bus / motorhome that I had, a Mustang with a SUV Blazer, and a Corvette, all full coverage together. Back then was $188. So I had gotten rid of everything else except for my truck, and I just couldn't see it. So finally they said they're going to be raising the rates again. I said, nah, I got to call around. So I called around, and I found, and I'm not pushing this for State Farm, but I found State Farm, who was $100 less. Literally, it was $101 less per month. And so, of course, I said, okay, let's do this. And this was back in October. So November 4th, the 4th of every month, my automatic payments would come out and go to Geico. So I called Geico and I said, look, can you match this? And they said, no, we can't match it, and we don't want to match it. So this was back in the end of September, actually it was September 5th. I can tell you the day I called and decided to do this. So because it's an automatic banking that comes out, I said, okay, November 4th, I'm canceling insurance with Geico and I'm going over. So that gives me a month to play around, make sure everything's good to go. So I did. I signed the papers, got everything going, and State Farm started on September 4th. I went down, I texted, emailed, talked, went down to the DMV, told Geico what was going on, State Farm what was going on. I even called the company that I have my car loan with. I just told everybody, hey, this is what's going on. It's going to happen November 4th, because I don't want any problem with tags being expired or getting something reported to the DMV that I don't have insurance. You know what happens once all that crap starts. So I did everything the right way. So then all of a sudden, everything's good. I get an email or a text message. An email. Sorry, an email. A couple of days ago that says, Geico's decided they're going to reinstate my insurance and start charging me and taking money out of my bank account. And I'm like, whoa. No, that ain't gonna happen. And so I call the first person who tells me, the Geico, and I'm like, hey, don't be taking money out. I have car insurance on my cars. I don't need you to do this. And I'm not giving you authority to go into my bank account and take money. Well, we don't need your authority, because evidently the state of Florida has told Geico to make sure that they reinstate every person that has canceled their policy for the last several months, which I find hard to believe. Because number one, it isn't up to the state of Florida to determine who I buy insurance from, as long as I have it, which I even find weird that a state determines that you have to purchase something, but I do, and like most of you. Secondly, I have insurance, so I can't reinsure a car with 2 different insurance agencies. If that was the case, everybody would carry 3 different insurance policies, and then they would all get paid out, and we'd all make 3 times the amount of what the car's worth. So that's illegal for the car to be insured by 2 different... I believe it's illegal to have it insured by both, but I can guarantee you this: if I'd have been in a car accident, I wasn't going to get paid by both. There'd be a big legal battle on who didn't have to pay me. So I said, no, I don't want to, you don't have my authority, you don't have my anything to do this. Oh, yes, we do, because the state of Florida asked us to reinstate any policies that have happened since the hurricane. Well, I'm calling bullshit. Because even if the state of Florida asked, if the state of Florida asked a company to rob a bank, they couldn't do it, because it's illegal. And they can't go into my bank account and take money. So I spent the better part of a day talking to 4 or 5 different people, asking what the heck's going on, and to verify that my insurance has been canceled. Finally, I had some people call me back and everything else, and they're just telling me they can do what they want to do. And so then I called and I filed a complaint with the state of Florida, because they have a couple different things, the Office of Financial Services. So I went online and did that. I called the DBPR. I went online and did that. That's the Department of Business Regulations for people with licenses. I also called the insurance helpline. There's a Department of Insurance and Insurance Carriers, I think it's called, in Florida. And I put in a complaint there. Suddenly, I then get a call back. I also had some idiot from California that works for Geico tell me that he's licensed in all 50 states with insurance licenses, which, by the way, I had an insurance license many years ago. About 10 years ago, I had one for a while. And I told him, you don't have one in every state. It's impossible. It's like passing the bar in every state. Okay, I mean, the bar's a little tougher, but people don't go and it's like having a real estate license in every state. Nobody does it, because you can't really get the ones in Alaska and Hawaii unless you go there, and nobody's going to go there if they don't live there to sell insurance. So anyway, argued and fought, and then sent them another text message and then another text message saying, hey, you don't have my authority, you don't have my you have no way to get into my account, and you're not going to. And then I called my bank and said, as soon as I told them, I called my bank and said that I am not paying, Geico has no authority to go into my bank account. Suddenly then I get an email saying, yes, we've canceled your policy again. It was reinstated on December 4th, but now it's not reinstated. No reason given. Oh, but I did owe them $2.38, which, you know what, $2.38 I wouldn't care about, except in this case. So then I spent another half hour on the phone getting them to tell me and send me a thing saying, no, you don't owe anything. Then I thought that was over. So, stupid me, greedy insurance companies, it's never over. So then yesterday, and that was a couple days ago, so then yesterday I get in the mail, December 11th, I get in the mail a bill for $1,562 for 6 months of insurance from, guess who? Geico. Yeah. So then I call them again, spent some time on the phone, and finally, to ensure it was canceled, and use some colorful language, which probably will get me banned from ever talking to a Geico agent, which would be nice, because I don't really ever want to talk to a Geico agent. They could take their little caveman and shove it up, shove their little Geico gecko up his ass, because I'm about done with Geico. I don't really ever want to hear from them again. I don't want to even see their commercials again, because they're thieves. In what world can they keep saying, oh no, just because you're telling us you want to cancel, we're not going to cancel. Just because you've written us and told us you're going to cancel, we don't want to cancel. Just because you told your bank that you want to cancel, no, we're not going to cancel because somehow some government agency in Florida told us, hey, there was hurricanes there, so we don't want you to cancel anybody who's canceled their policy. Which, either that or they've been canceling people's policies illegally and got caught. So either way, they're canceling things illegally and getting caught, and then instead of doing the right thing and giving back the ones that they canceled illegally, they just blanketly went like, oh, geez, we didn't know we could just cancel people that we didn't want to pay the claim for. Why don't you cancel the people that had a claim and then deal with that, because that's the illegal shit you were doing? No, we're just going to go back and go, hey, oh, since the government doesn't want us to cancel the people that we should have been paying a claim for, we're going to go back and try just to not even tell them for 10 days. We're just going to go over and reopen all these little other accounts that people had canceled for good reason, the right way. And then if they catch us doing it and they catch us taking money out of an account, then we're just going to tell them that the state of Florida told us we're allowed to do this. You know? No, you're not allowed to do this. No, you're a shitty company. You overcharge people. It used to be a good company back in the government employee insurance company when they only employed government agencies. That was when it was good. Back when I was a kid, you couldn't, unless you worked for the government, you couldn't get Geico. Then they got greedy. Then they became a bank, and then they became a financial institution, and then they really got greedy. Every time regulations come off, they get greedy. And now they decided that they can go into your bank account after you've canceled, months after you've canceled them. They can bill you what they want and take money from you, even though it's illegal for me to have two insurance companies insuring the same vehicle. You know it, I know it, they know it. They're full of shit. Beware. If you had a Geico and you had canceled, they're coming in and they're not going to tell you that they're going to go in and take your money and try to get your money and start billing you. So beware of Geico. It is not friendly. It's not gecko friendly. It ain't caveman friendly. It isn't even human being friendly. So that's what's going on. So I would say if you had canceled Geico anytime in the last 6 to 8 months, that you go and check, because they're probably pulling money out and they just decided they're going to start insuring your car. But I can tell you this much, they ain't insuring your car. Because I even said to the person, if I would have gotten a car wreck and somebody would have died, God forbid, would they have paid out the claim? No, they wouldn't pay out the claim. State Farm would pay out the claim, because that's the insurance company that I am paying voluntarily, and that's the one that I switched to. They would just keep any money. So how many millions of people, how many hundreds of millions of dollars are they taking out of people's accounts right now that the people aren't even realizing? So, all right, guys, just a friendly warning.